words of person who survived Bermuda Triangle. Can you survive the Bermuda Triangle? How big is the Bermuda Triangle and how far away is it? About the Bermuda Triangle, the most famous thing is that when men along with their planes or ships enter this place, they disappear, and after that no one ever sees them. This island is more like a triangular shape that has its vertices in 3 different places: Miami, Florida, and Puerto Rico. The pilots are the people who have visited this place often say that compass starts working strangely, and many companies even do distribute these. The compass, in many cases, points to route the lecture that is having one banana in the spacecraft. If you want to know more about Bermuda Triangle and are interested to know some astonishing facts about this place, then this video is for you. In today's video, you will get to know the words of a person who survived this Bermuda Triangle. But before getting started, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So let's get on! This happened on December 4th, 1970. There was a visit of the aircraft called Beechcraft Bonanza, a single-engine aircraft in this situation. Along with the pilot, Bruce Gernon, there were 2 passengers on board, and they were his father and business partner. So the pilot started his journey from Andros Island in the Bahamas and started their journey towards the north because they were supposed to reach the Florida coast. If you want to connect these places to find the Bermuda Island, then you come to know that it is a triangle, which is very famous for mysteriously swallowing 2,000 ships and almost 1,200 aircraft till now. Well, the aircraft of Bruce Gernon was also in the mood to discover. When the journey started, this was a normal flight that was made by Bruce Gernon many other times earlier. Well, normally this trip almost took about an hour and a half, but we did not feel any hiccups or anything unusual. But this time, during the flight, things was very different and unusual, so don't worry. When the pilot took off and started to achieve height or altitude, then tiny and rough chords were heard by the pilot buzzing in his ears. This started to become more intense also. Then, after a while, strange things started to happen during the journey. At an altitude of about 1,000 feet, the pilot noticed the presence of a small cloud up ahead in the sky. As time passed, the cloud was increasing in size. As the plane was getting closer, those clouds were getting bigger and bigger. The pilot was supposed to fly through it, and he did that very efficiently and got out of that dark cloud. This was not the end, though. Another cloud also appeared at the height of approximately 11,500 feet, or a height of 3,500 meters. This cloud was very huge. During this one, the pilot had no other option, and he was supposed to fly through this one also. Having no other option left, the pilot gained more confidence, took a deep breath, and went in. During this moment, it was like all night during the flight. Nothing was visible from inside also. There was not even a single ray of sunshine at this time. Well, that was not a storm cloud, and it was not raining at that time either. Bruce was very worried at this time, but he kept on flying. After a while, there were flashes of white light in that dark, cloudy structure. The pilot was well aware that this was something more than lightning because it was just flashing through the whole space. The pilot kept on flying for 30 more minutes, and then he realized that that was the same cloud that he had been through earlier also. But this time, the cloud was in cylindrical space and the plane was just flying through it. The cylindrical cloud seemed to be approximately 1 mile wide, and it was just endless. The pilot was sure that he would never get out of this trap, but after a few months, he saw a ray of light at the end of this cylindrical tunnel. He kept flying fast in a straight direction toward the ray of light at the end of the tunnel. Then, after a few seconds, some unexplainable things started to happen. The walls of this tunnel started to get narrower and narrower. It seemed that the aircraft would be closed and trapped inside this cloud. During this time, there was no clue where the pilot was going, and the compass was spinning by itself, giving no direction. All the electronic instruments in the aircraft were spinning by themselves, and you can say that the plane was being operated by some kind of supernatural power from space. The pilot was thinking that the plane was moving inside some kind of cyclone. He kept flying and finally got out of this cloud. Bruce describes that he felt weightless for almost 5 seconds as his plane left the tunnel. The man gained a sigh of relief. He grabbed the radio and immediately interacted with the ground control so that he could find his location. But Bruce came to know that his plane was not on the radar at all after the ground team informed him. But after a few minutes, the team informed Bruce that his aircraft was already in Miami airspace. This made them all shocked, and they were thinking that it was a miracle. Normally, the trip needs 90 minutes to reach the destination, but this time it took only 47 minutes. The plane landed safely after some time, and everyone was safe. After this, Bruce checked the amount of fuel in the plane, but was very surprised to find that the fuel utilization was lower than the normal ranges. And Bruce can't be wrong because he was a very experienced pilot. This means that Bruce's aircraft skipped some distance while flying. That was very bizarre, and that is why Bruce consulted many people like professors to solve the problem, but all of them were also confused and had no answer. That is why he formulated his theory and even wrote a book about the incident that happened to him. Bruce called the phenomena of white flashes electric fog. He stated that there was the existence of dark energy, and it was also responsible for the expansion of the entire universe. The dark theory is just a theory that tries to explain the unexplainable. There is no answer to this question. How was Bruce able to travel to such a faraway place, and how was the distance covered in a short time? Experts say that on that day, a strong solar wind was also recognized, and it was blowing at a huge speed of 700 kilometers per second. This is the reason behind the disturbance that occurs in the Earth's magnetosphere, and that is why all the electrical equipment in the aircraft stopped functioning. The most shocking incidents at this place include that in 1945, a total of 5 planes went missing in the Bermuda Triangle altogether. In the next incident, some Navy student pilots were training in this area. All of them, including an instructor, were lost and not found yet. This incident is also called as Flight 19, as there are many more cases like this. This was about today's video. Hope you liked it. Do you know about any other survival case at the Bermuda Triangle? Mention this in the comments section below. Don't forget to ring the notification bell for more updates and amazing videos. Thanks for watching.